What's going on, guys? Thank you so much for tuning in. Today we're gonna eat like a really simple meal. Something that all of y'all have access to.
Gangsta Brazil.
That is my dog for sure. That is my dog. That is my dog for sure. That is my dog. Me and my dog. We get them two in a row. Me and my dog. We get them two in a row. They just keep on calling.
I couldn't think of anything easier to do than leftover veggies, Bud Light to keep the shreds, 6 scrambled eggs. I've been on my egg game, y'all. And we got this McDonald's right here, and I'll show y'all what I got in a second. But guys, this is super easy. You know, we all got McDonald's, and let's be realistic, like for real, like sometimes you just don't want to cook. So you get that buy one get one free deal at McDonald's. I'm gonna show y'all how to cook these scrambled eggs nice and right, the way I like it. Pop all these yolks so it can freely run. I don't like stirring it up too much because I like it separated. I like them to have their own little personality still. Got my new pan, got it at TJ Maxx. Super cheap, like what, 15 bucks? Denmark. You gotta go to TJ Maxx and Marshalls to get the good deals on the pans. If y'all in the market, we got it on medium high, a little bit over medium high. Really easy. You got the coarse sea salt and the white pepper. I'm a big fan of white pepper on eggs now. The reason why the eggs weren't tasting so good for the past few years, or my whole life, is because I was using black pepper. White pepper just works so much better with eggs, and I can eat eggs all day because of the white pepper. I mean, eggs are actually really healthy for you, and like the egg yolk is beneficial for your health. You know, eggs are actually one of the healthiest things that you can eat. But I just got sick of them, and you know, I just found the type of eggs I really like to eat, and it's just helped so much. This way, you know, it brings down the cost of protein, and you know, just the thought of eating something healthy like eggs every day, just, you know, that excites me. You know, like I like the thought of being healthy. And then some people were like, oh, but eggs are really unhealthy for you. But the egg fat is kind of like avocado fat. It's healthy for you. So the only kind of fat that you should really worry about is trans fat. Alright guys, I said easy meal. Like, this is super easy. Put it in the microwave. Boom. Get it nice and hot. Just sprayed some Pam on there. We're just gonna let it separate. Like literally the egg whites and the egg yolks have separated, and this is what's gonna give you that separation of color. Just wanna let the egg whites finish pretty well, and then we'll start mixing it. You know, in the meantime, put your salt in there, and then their secret ingredient, the white pepper. I wanna get it pretty well dispersed. I like putting a lot of this. And this is the super easy part that y'all are about to witness. Alright, since it's looking pretty done, this is where we start mixing it. So I like them a little bit runny, and this is where everyone messes up. They let the heat run in. So I just turn the heat off, and now I'm just gonna mix it until I get the proper amount of runniness that I like. You guys see that color? That medium looking yolk. That's the way I like it. Alright guys, you guys have been waiting long enough. Try to keep this exciting so you guys don't know what I got from McDonald's. I got the quarter pounder, no cheese. If y'all haven't tried it out lately, they like upgraded their meat formula, and it tastes way different. I got 2 of them, no cheese, because that dairy, man, that really screws up my face. But yeah, I got the leftover veggies cooked up. Just put some like garlic, white pepper, and some coarse sea salt, and some soy sauce, and stir fry them real quick. But guys, I'm not playing about the white pepper because it's kind of expensive, like $5 to $6 for some like pepper. You're kind of like, whoa, you know, I'll just use black pepper. But it makes a hell of a difference for like all the food. Like I'll use black pepper for steak, you know what I'm saying? But like white pepper has its place for other things. Yeah, man, these eggs, when it's like soft yolk, it hits the spot better. When the yolk is overcooked, it just kills it for me, you know? So for most of you guys just tuning in, I utilize intermittent fasting. So I'm about 22 hours fasting now. Had like a killer back workout today at like this brand new LA Fitness that just opened up right around the corner. It's like far distance, but since it's on kind of like a freeway, I can get there pretty quickly. It only takes me 5 minutes to get there. And everything is just super nice. They got like Hoist, Life Fitness, Hammer Strength. They don't have the Nautilus like Crunch. I like Nautilus. Now, since I have LA Fitness and Crunch, my machines have expanded like tremendously. I'm telling you guys, I have never just wanted to eat these eggs like that. It's because like the black pepper doesn't overpower your palate. Because imagine if you put a bunch of black pepper on this, like by the end of eating it all, your mouth is going to be hot from the pepper. People that aren't doing intermittent fasting, it's so hard for them because their body isn't used to burning ketones for energy. This is why a lot of people report that it takes a week or two to adjust and get used to it, because your body's so used to having snacks and breakfast and stuff, like you're basically putting it through shock. It's found a way of life that it likes doing, and then when you interject like a different style, which it is, it's a very different style. I like to think of it as like fighting, you know, and bodybuilding is the same way. Like you got the people that lift heavy ass weight, but they aren't aesthetic, and then you got the aesthetic people like me that don't really train for strength, and you know, you get completely different appearances, and that's cool, you know. And when it applies to food, I get the same feeling, you know. I feel like it's the martial arts of dieting, you know, because conventional diets work and intermittent fasting works. The problem is when people have such bad dogma and they're just like, oh yeah, intermittent fasting, you know, it doesn't work. You just eat a bunch of shitty food and you just basically push your eating window further, which is true. I mean, it's not incorrect, but there's just so many other benefits to intermittent fasting. One of them is that I get to eat all this food and I get to feel satisfied, and I'm probably still at a caloric deficit. Like I'm drinking beer too, and like honestly, I'm like super lean. I mean, you guys can see it and make your own opinion. I'm living good. And when people utilize a conventional diet and they're getting all like low libido, irritable, cold, fatigued, you know, I don't feel any of those, to be honest. And it's all correlates to just when you start eating your calories, which is kind of crazy. And like I get to eat all this food. I'm definitely not going to overeat afterwards. I forgot what these are called, but it's basically like a hybrid between bok choy and broccolini, because it has flowers on it. So that resembles broccoli, and then the leafiness resembles bok choy, but then the dark green stalk, it's very similar to cooked broccoli. You can get it at like at your neighborhood farmer's market. You're definitely not going to find this in like an American store. But guys, I'm eating hamburgers, fast food. I'm not just sticking to chicken, rice, and broccoli. When people use a conventional diet, they literally put themselves through torture. Like, I mean, as you can see, guys, like I'm relatively lean and I'm completely composed. You see these people on YouTube, they're like stressing out. They think life is over because they're eating such small amount of calories 6, 7, 8 times throughout the day. Like, come on. Do you know why you're feeling like that? It's because you're letting your body know that you're only getting that amount of calories. So it lowers your basal metabolic rate, and that means your output of energy is even lower. So that's why you get all those symptoms, because your body's reserving your output so you can actually function your brain and organs. I just ate all the eggs before the quarter pounder. That's saying something for sure. So basically what it comes down to is eating breakfast or not, and then pushing your next meal as late as possible. If you guys don't utilize intermittent fasting, or you utilize it and you haven't done that much research, basically when we secrete growth hormone in our sleep, by not eating breakfast, and I'm serious, by just not eating breakfast, we can continue that growth hormone secretion around the clock, and that sets us up for optimal muscle retention and development. People that knock intermittent fasting, they're like, oh, well, I'm not gonna have energy. It's like, well, no, you have all this energy on your body from the fat and the ketones in it. Like, what are you even talking about? Like, you obviously haven't done your research. You don't get more tired. You actually open your body to like an endless amount of energy because you have all this fat on your body. Like, even I have fat on my body. It might not look like it to some of you inexperienced fitness people, but like literally I can just eat 1 pound of fat on my body and that has 3,500 calories. And that really explains like what this whole movement is. It's not living your life based on how many calories you eat and the snacks so your blood sugar goes back up so you feel better. Because when you get really hungry and irritable, that just means that your blood sugar, you're going through hypoglycemia, like your blood sugar is falling, and you need that snack to get right again, to feel good again. So essentially, it's like you're always chasing that energy right from when you wake up. You eat breakfast, and it's approaching lunchtime, you're like, oh man, I really need to eat lunch, but it's only 10 a.m., so you have a snack. And like throughout the day, you're constantly snacking in between meals just to get that fix. So intermittent fasting actually helps you stabilize your mindset. So when you're at a caloric deficit and you're eating such a small amount of calories in 6 to 8 different meals throughout the day, you're basically going into hypoglycemia more frequently throughout the day. So you're feeling worse and worse throughout the day. And by the time you get the last few calories, that's if you're on your best behavior and you don't go and exceed your calories, you're going to feel like complete shit right before you go to bed. Like, haven't you been there? Like, your stomach's growling and all you want to do in life is be leaner, but you can't go to sleep because you're just thinking about food. It all stems from just programming when you eat correctly. Like, stop knocking intermittent fasting and just skip your breakfast and try to push it as long as possible. And do that on a consecutive day basis. I'm already feeling satiated, but I got all these veggies to eat. And I'm gonna eat them all. Because I need that potassium, y'all. You guys think that you're getting all that energy from carbs because it happens to be the easiest thing that your body converts into glycogen. You guys know what you need to convert the glucose into glycogen? Potassium. You get that from dark leafy greens, bananas of course, you can get it from peppers. These are all very dense in potassium, so you need to eat like 5 to 8 cups of veggies a day. So that puts you in perspective. You're like, oh shit, I haven't had not even one veggie today. It's like, well yeah, your body is literally utilizing the glucose incorrectly and it's not storing the proper amount of glycogen. You know, it's just not optimal. I'm telling y'all, get your dark leaf greens in. And I'm eating all this stuff in one sitting, and I guarantee you I'm still in a caloric deficit. And that happens to be the most important thing when you're trying to lose weight. When I say intermittent fasting is optimal and stuff, people are like, well, you have to be at a caloric deficit. It's like, okay, yeah. Like, did I really have to explain that? Like, isn't that like already known information? But yes, when you're losing weight, you must be eating a caloric deficit, but intermittent fasting has so many benefits on top of the caloric deficit. Like, it just makes it a breeze. And if you use like the scientific knowledge that you know, because of the boost in growth hormone, it just becomes so much easier because you're like, man, am I really gonna forfeit this growth hormone for a donut or a stupid morning biscuit? It's like, hell no, I'm gonna wait all day and not eat and get as much growth hormone secretion as I can, and then I'm gonna pig out at night. It just makes sense, you know what I'm saying? Like, it's just the better way to do things. But the people that don't understand that, it's just so hard for them to see. They just say, oh, it's just different times when you eat, so you don't overeat. It's like, well, no, the boost in noradrenaline and the boost in growth hormone is priceless compared to that stupid breakfast that you just had. Wait, what'd you have? You had like 2 strips of bacon and a couple of eggs, and you forfeited your growth hormone secretion for that? Like, really? It just doesn't make any sense. And you know, it's easy just to be ignorant about it. It's like, not the person is ignorant, but it's so easy to be ignorant and just say, oh yeah, I think of it as this, and that's the way it is, you know? I used to think the keto diet would get people fat because, like, believe it or not, some people still think like this. They're like, oh, more fat, that means more fat on your body. And that's far from the truth, you know, because it really does depend on the caloric deficit. Having that open-minded mindset, you know, and doing the research and opening your mind to different theories and protocols, I understand where that person's coming from, because it's easy just to be like, oh yeah, this is set in stone. I'm not gonna believe anything that basically interrupts this theory. Some good leftover veggies, y'all. Oh dude, I think this is called Shanghai bok choy. Yeah, I think that's correct. Definitely one of my new favorite veggies. Hey, what's good, bro? So this is the moment some of y'all have been waiting for. I've eaten 1,600 calories so far, and that includes 2 scoops of Muscle Farm cookies and cream protein. But yeah, guys, didn't really eat much today. Just had those 6 eggs, 2 quarter pounders, and a bunch of leftover bok choy that basically adds up to no calories whatsoever. Might have a few extra calories from the olive oil I used. Guys, I'm super satiated. Only had about 4 different items today. And the macros I'm pretty happy with it. You know, 137 grams of protein, 74 grams of fat, 102 grams of carbs. That's looking good to me. You know, 137 grams of protein, that might seem very low to you guys, but honestly, through all my experience, 12 years of lifting, and trying the conventional diet for so long, obviously under a conventional diet, it matters dramatically because under a conventional diet, you know, the calories matter so much because it's so critical. And there's just a lot of disadvantages to it. When we utilize intermittent fasting though, the body, since it has no food in it, it literally recycles old protein. I need you guys to like realize that a little bit. The body goes into its reserves and utilizes old stored protein. Essentially, since you have protein stored in your body basically goes and recycles it, and then you can add new protein later, and you don't have to add as much. And this is basically the theory of autophagy, where basically you have proteins in your brain that give you Alzheimer's and stuff like that. And then when you utilize intermittent fasting, your body actually has a chance to reuse that protein, and that's why they're saying that it stops Alzheimer's and cancer, because when you utilize a conventional diet and you eat breakfast and snacks, you never give your body a chance to use those stored proteins and fat, you know what I'm saying? So there's so many benefits to intermittent fasting, and eating less protein is one of them. You know, I'm not even scared. Like, you can clearly see that I have some muscle going on. It's just like, you know, you think one way and you've been doing these theories and methods for so long, and you just can't seem to get the results. Well, it's because it's the incorrect way. You know, you can do both ways, but one of them is going to be more optimal. And that's pretty much the message I'm trying to spread, you guys. Like, you don't have to eat 6-8 times a day and be completely miserable when being shredded, you know. I'm just going to be here to set an example for you guys, to show you that it can be done. You can have a normal life and be sane thinking and not consumed by when you're going to get your next 300 calories, and then whenever someone talks to you, you're just like complaining about life and how you're eating so few calories. You just have to try it out. Like, imagine if you didn't eat anything all day and your blood sugars stay normalized. You're not going to feel extreme hunger. You're going to feel hungry, but once you push past it through sparkling water, black coffee, and drinking water, the hunger subsides and you're going to do just fine. And you're actually going to be able to utilize the fat, burn it, and you're going to boost growth hormone by a ton, 1,300% to 2,000%. You know, it took me a long time to figure this stuff out, so, you know, that's just me passing on to you guys. So please subscribe if you guys enjoyed this video. Hit that like button if you found anything helpful. Leave some comments in the comment section below. Definitely like talking to you guys and engaging. I'm satiated. I'm not going to eat anymore. I'm out of here. I'll see you all next video. Peace.